Hello, 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 and welcome back to Pieces That Pat Paints. I am Pat. I paint the pieces. You watch the pieces get painted, and that's pretty much that's it. That's what we do. It's the entire show. I paint things. You watch me paint them. Occasionally, I say something funny. Occasionally, you say something funny. You know, it just kind of depends on how the show goes that day. Anyway, we have a good time around here. We try to have fun. We try to paint stuff. We try to talk about whatever is going on in, whatever. We can talk about just about anything. I'm kind of resetting my palette here. Our paints got dried out while I was on vacation. There were still enough of them in there that were okay to kind of do a little work on there, but yeah, no. Anywho, I hope you all are having a wonderful day today. I'm getting a little bit better. My eye is still a little crazy, a little reddish, still kind of droopy and poofy. It's hard to tell at this point if I'm on the mend or not, or if I'm just getting used to it. Hopefully it's the former. Hopefully it's the I'm getting better. That would be great. Anyway, we're gonna drop our little paper down, do a little turn on the catwalk, rock the Casbah, all that stuff. All right. Dang thing. Smooth out, you. Sometimes it likes to smooth out better than others. It's kind of fun. And you kind of get used to it. These wrinkle up more than the homemade one, which is strange. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's pull the painting camera, and we'll take Steve-O-Vision down. Steve is my computer, for those of you who are like, why does he always talk about Steve? That's my homie, Steve. He runs the show. I just kind of I'm just kind of here. Anyway, I'm a strange individual, and I'm okay with that. So I was looking around at the pictures that we got here. We got a couple different things going on, and we got some options on what we can do. So first things first, it looked like we might need to come back with one more brown on that leather, and that is to add in this burnt sienna. So I'm thinking we might do that, as well as Cal, let the dog in. How this child can't hear the dog barking blows my mind. Like, he's actually closer to the dog. Not just in, like, proximity, but, like, he likes the dog more. It's his dog. And somehow, like, you have to always remind him to let that dog in. I don't know what that's about. It's kind of funny, though. Why not just let the dog in? Maybe when you're young, you just can't hear anything at all that matters. And maybe when you get older, you forget that that's what it was like. I think that happens with a lot of things, though. I think we forget a lot of times what it was like to be younger. Some of us, anyway. Some folks are, childish forever. Get this other light on. Look at that. Why is that other light not coming on? Oh, it got unplugged. That's weird. Oh, that's better. That brings out my face just a little bit more. Which is, I guess that's nice. I don't have to look at it very often, so I don't know. Let's turn on some music, though, because it's really weird just to hear me talking. So, like I said, I'm kind of rebuilding the palette here. We're going to add another brown here. I need a lot more white later. I think we're definitely going to run out of the white on this project. Finally, I've had that tube of white for like, I don't know, a long time. I've had a lot of these paints for a while. This one I've had for a long time. This actually has there's a new formula for this burnt umber. I'm kind of excited to try. And I have it on deck already. I'm just trying to use up my old stuff first. Yeah, that's because that's what you should do, right? Okay, so there's the burnt umber. Where's my raw umber? Right here. Alright. These processes get a little boring, but they're super important. And I was looking at the back of his legs, and this is going to be like a reddish brown. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull out that Alizarin Crimson, and then we'll bring it up from there to an umber, or maybe vice versa. Maybe we'll just, I don't know. We're going to mess with it. We're going to see. We're going to see how that turns out. Let's see what we think. See if we like it. Alright, so there's raw sienna there. Now we're going to get a little bit of our burnt sienna. We're going to get started on these legs. I have to drop some crimson, and we need some Naples Yellow. We need to not lose that. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Where did the Naples go? I just had it. At least I thought I did. There's this. There it is. I knew I had it. Drop a little Naples. I get a little bit of dark crimson. This lid will go on straight. It's alright, nobody here watching. If you come back after the fact, feel free to fast forward through all this. I won't be offended. Alright, and then Alizarin Crimson. Boom. Let it focus for like 2 seconds and then just go on. Get through it. I don't even think I did it for the rest of the things. I think I am still a little sick from this, whatever's been making my eye all messy. Allergy stuff. My brain definitely isn't firing on all the cylinders it usually does. It's kind of funny. In a not so fun way. Okay, so let's get in here. First thing we need to do is we need to get these ropes done. They're tying up his leg. We're gonna block all this in. Not time for cleaning. Now we're just trying to get the color on there pretty quickly. We got at least a quick drop of some really thin umber on there to really knock that out after it dries. And then if we have to, we'll come back and add some more color to the tops or whatever. We might want to, just to get the light effect. Although this is pretty much underneath his war gear. Maybe a little darker. Main thing to do is don't spread your bristles out a lot. Like if you see it starting to fray, or you feel like the bristles are getting pushed in the wrong direction, that is not what you want to be doing. So avoid that. It's kind of hard to describe what it's like when it's getting pushed in the wrong direction, but it's a real thing. Like you feel it. Maybe it may take a little bit of practice, and you might ruin a couple brushes before you start going, oh, now I know what they're talking about, the feel of it. But you can feel sometimes the brush bristles go the wrong way when you pull it across something. When you get to that feeling, you've made a mistake. Mm-hmm. Would be Mr. Buttons up there acting a fool. Sometimes you can even see the brush kind of twist wrong, and you'll see the bristles kind of flay out. You know, like that is a definite indicator that you should not be going that direction. Change the direction that you are stroking the brush. As like I said, we're gonna come back through, and this is all gonna be one color. This part and this legging things, and it looked like a brownish red from what I could tell. It's very hard to get a good look at it. He moves a lot, and it's not. This isn't a part of his model that you see often. So it's kind of hard to get a good look at it. Alright. So a new edition of Dungeons and Dragons is out. People seem to be really both sides of the argument, which means they probably did okay. Wait and see exactly what is going on myself. I haven't looked at it, so I don't know. I heard Paladins got some stuff messed with, and a lot of the old grognards are pretty mad about it. For those of you who are unaware of what a grognard is, it is a older gamer who typically is very stuck in their ways and very angry about it. And they typically make people's gaming experience kind of miserable. So don't be a grognard. Alright, I'm gonna hammer this just a bit. Now that plate right there is metal and this is leather. So I did get that confirmed yesterday. As well as his shoes. So we're going to be coming through on that for just a moment. For now, we got to finish this whole other side of rope, cord, whatever this is supposed to be. It definitely looked like rope in what I was looking at. And with as big as he is, compared to the normal people, it might actually just be like rope. I mean, it would be to us, a little folk, it would be rope. Us mere mortals, you know. Or what is it called in the game? Tarnished is the name of the little fighter guys. People who, your character is a tarnished. I have no idea what that means. I just know it's from the game. Still working on learning. There's a lot to take in. Do 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 do. Boots, boots, and pants. Boots, boots, and pants, pants. Why don't you get up and dance? You should be dancing now. Dance, dance. Paint, paint, paint that. Oop. Don't paint that. That's what I get for goofing off. It's the paint gods coming through this to humble me. Like, well, you better quit playing, boy. Oh, man. Boy, I don't like to play. Kind of hard to tell what's going on here. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of that there, and we'll adjust it later with the bronze. Alright, flowing today. Those little bits are always a little bit more difficult. Especially on my hand, it gets a little angry. Just gotta give it a second. Painting cord, we're painting cord, 'cause we're bored, we're painting cord. Now you're watching me paint cord, 'cause you're bored. Do YouTube fill your mind with tons of stuff, some of it good, some of it rough. Oh, feeling your head. No words in the dance songs. If there is, it's always like the obligatory science fiction quote, "The system is down." They'll shout out the strong bad there. And if you know strong bad and Homestar Runner, you're probably old enough to drink by now. Probably even old enough to run for president. But maybe not quite AARP's time. But it might be time to schedule that first prostate check there, guys. If you remember Homestar Runner. Especially from when it came out. And this will be fun. Let's let us bring in that red from underneath his cloak stuff as well. He got so much blue going on. It's nice to have a chance to have another color to add in here and there. You might have to switch your brushes out here and there on this. We want to get all this done before we drop in our last little, are the washes. Some people don't use washes, I've come to learn, and like there's certain times I feel like they're better, and there's certain times where I feel like you don't need it, from my opinion. You know, if you're painting, you're trying to get all the striations in on a piece of rope, it's going to be a whole lot faster to wash it. You can also kind of take care of your transitions real quickly that way, you know, from one spot to another, giving it a little bit more of a hard line or contour-esque line, however you want to kind of see that. There's lots of schools of thought on how to paint miniatures. There's a lot of guys that I have a lot of respect for that don't actually use washes. You really have to, if you're not going to do that, you really have to step your game up. Washes definitely make things a little easier. A lot of times it depends on how fast you're wanting to turn something around. Like if you're just trying to get an army on the table, you might even just grab contrast paints and go with that. You know, there's a reason those things exist. Painting on, painting along. Main job thing here, remember, is to get everything blocked out. We're going to handle any of those little mistakes or anything later on, unless it's something we can take care of real fast or something that we absolutely have to address right now, right then. Oh, my dang thumb. Kind of feel my arm spasming today. I don't know why. I should drink more water. I could just be tired. It was a really great weekend. Did a lot of fun stuff. Meow Wolf was super cool. If you're ever in Grapevine, go to Meow Wolf. Of course, just about everybody knows about Texas and Six Flags over Texas. If you've never been there, you should definitely go. It's fun. Fun for all ages. I mean, the heat wasn't fun. That was not fun for all ages. Positive that wasn't fun for anybody working there. You kind of felt bad for them. The bathrooms at the amusement park were really cold. It was really nice. I've never been so glad that my kids had to go to the bathroom before. I was like, oh my god, yes, this is amazing. Yeah, I like the idea of that being red. That's really going to help us with the way this transitions out. And be mindful where your cords are. I say that, and I just see where I messed up. And clean that up before I get too far. Looks like it dried a little bit on us before I noticed what was happening. That's alright, we'll fix it when we come back through. And you can see how easy it is to make that mistake. You just boop and accidentally pop it. Right, and drop a little bit of paint where you don't want it. Again, we're on the back of a leg that they're not going to even really be able to see, and I'm tripping, but it's all right. You know. dang thumb keeps going numb on me. It's like every time it does it, I stray a little bit. Feel that difference in the way it feels on my finger. It messes me up. All right. Really starting to see where we're coming and going here. Which is very nice. I like being able to kind of see what I'm doing. It makes it easier. Like, oh, it's going this way, it's going that way. Yeah, so we'll have that little bit of break right up underneath there between the scale and the leather scale and the boot. This little bit of crimson will be great. one. Oh, dang high. Alright, we'll put this for talk second because I want to get these finished up. First, I want to put just a little bit more. Yellow down here. Yep, there we go. Now it's looking a whole lot better. A little refinement on that, and then so we've been coming in with that raw sienna. I think it may need just a little bit of this. And you just keep coming up layer by layer, and it'll all work out. Now we'll see. Now we're finally really getting that reddishness to it, which is very much how his looks. Now this sort of thing, we really do want to keep it kinda in a certain area. The whole of the leather at work isn't going to have that same bit. It's going to be on the places where it's rubbed on most or felt of the most. Like when you touch something, you're leaving oils and stuff on it. So the things that would be touched the most are going to be like the shiniest stuff, because they're going to have the most human hand oil on it. As gross as all that sounds and seems. And it almost seems like backwards from what you'd really want to do to leave that on there to dry like that, but you really kind of do. It really is going to make those things look super individual. Like they're legitimately just on, like attached underneath the cuirass where you can't see. Alright. 50 minutes left. We'll do a little bit more work on that other boot. See how far we can get. Yeah, oh yeah. Really hard to see the subtleness of it in the camera, but it looks super good. Oh, I already did that one. What's this one right here? I need to switch to a smaller brush there. A little nerve-wracking. Do this big run around the back, and we'll switch to a smaller brush. I thought I did it with this one last time, but I think it was the 4, not the 3. I think I just thought it was the 4 that I have in my hand, or I thought it was the 3, and I thought, yeah, that's right. I thought it was a 3, and that's what I have in my hand. Because I thought I was using a 4, but I was wrong. Or, I thought I was using a 3 all along, but I was wrong. Golly, I think I really am ill. I can't speak or think straight. Error, Will Robinson. Oh. Okay. Here I am still with this big ash brush, just going to town. I'm just gonna ham fish it. it's so like gunky and funky. It feels like I'm constantly crying. Like it feels like there's tears going down my face right now. There aren't. It just feels that way. It sucks. At least I'm in a good mood about it. I don't know what else I would do with it. It's just kind of annoying. That's the worst form of being ill. Is when you're not really like, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm gonna die or anything, or like I don't feel like I need to be, you know, babysat or put on fluids or go to the hospital or something like that, you know. But God, it's super annoying, and you just wish it would stop. Looking splendiferous. I really do like that maroon color. I think that's kind of the fun thing about, for the client, getting them all painted by the same painter. They're all going to have a very cohesive look. Even if the sculpts aren't as cohesive. Like even if the sculptors are just a little bit different, the paint jobs will help pull them together. So they'll look great as a display, which is what he's trying to make, so. I always like to have my stuff look a little dirtier. That's probably why I like my washes. Most of the guys I know that don't want things to be washed, they're trying to make the item really look clean, and they want their details to really pop out. And I like my stuff to be more visceral feeling, a little bit dirtier, a little bit grimier. Like I don't want to feel like this guy is just now waking up and he just put on the freshest of cleanest of clothes, and he you know, he's coming out for a cup of coffee and a breakfast or something. This guy is a general who is coming out to fight you and is like an angry god in a dystopian fantasy hellscape. So like, a homie's gonna be a little dirty. He's gonna be a little grimy. Say they're like my dungeon crawlers and stuff like that. If it's a NPC that's a dungeon crawling character for, you know, my role playing game, I want that character to look real. I want it to look dirty and like he's been in the dungeon. They don't wear their adventuring kit everywhere. They, when they're in this city, man, they probably got the city clothes. You don't put on your work clothes when you're just hanging out at the bar. No, you don't. You put on your normal clothes. Okay. That's a lot of fun. And that brings us right on to the time limit, which is great. Try to keep these things at about an hour. It works out really well, I think. The hour does. It's a good way for me kind of to track my progress and see what we're getting done in an hour. And it also, that way you're not having to watch for too long if you want to watch a whole episode. And then catch the next one the next day. That way you're not taking too much of your time. Anyway, we got that. Oh God, it looks so good. I'm very excited about that. That level looks great. Yep. We got a lot of work done on these. Those little ropes were kind of a pain in the butt. We're moving like right along on that. So, got all that going. I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow, because tomorrow is Friday, so we get one more day this week to kind of catch up, which is awesome. And then we're on to next week. So I'm thinking this guy's coming together pretty fast. So probably, I got a feeling we'll be putting the lion on him probably. If not next Friday, it'll be pretty close to that. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks everybody who came by and gave us a listen or a watch or both. It's really nice to have the support of folks out there, and that's about all I've got. So I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye.